Over the last 7 years, I've made hundreds of videos, and I think I actually just cracked the code to what makes a dope internet video. I've also religiously studied some of the most talented creators on the planet, and at this point analyzed thousands of the very best internet videos. And if you're wondering why I say internet videos, it's because in our industry, we don't really have a universal term to describe everyone. Like, we got directors, editors, sound designers, VFX artists, short form creators, YouTube editors. Some people got big budgets, while other people like me, unfortunately, have much smaller budgets. But today I'm putting us all in the same category and coining the term internet videos and internet video creators, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make dope videos that are posted on the internet. So regardless of what specific niche you're in or job you do, in this video, I'm going to show you maybe just the most important key that there is to making dope internet videos. All the best internet videos have one thing in common, and it's that they have a specific cohesive style. Think about the elements that make up a video. At the core, we have the footage, and then we add music and sound effects and transitions and overlays and captions and LUTs. It's like we got all these extra elements, but it's critical that these elements work together and complement each other. Let me give you an extremely obvious example, and then we'll get more advanced. Let's just say you got a nice fancy interview setup. You wouldn't use some cartoonish looking captions. You would keep it more minimal. Now let's take this a step further. This is Chapo. I think that's how you say his name. He's a director from Ukraine, and his work is insane. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme, but all the stylistic elements he uses match or complement one another. The colors, the VFX, the sound design, the pacing, even the fonts. Everything is so intentional, and it creates a cohesive style. Now, I don't have budgets like this, and you probably don't either, so let's get a bit more simple. Personally, I prefer a more minimal and realistic style. Let's say I got a shot, and it's kind of boring, and it needs more energy. Instead of using these random effects and overlays, I'll just add some camera shake, and maybe like a small zoom in or zoom out. This is simply more intentional than throwing in these random arbitrary effects for no reason. The camera shakes are making the show look lit and more aggressive. My job is to enhance the footage and make the show look crazier than it actually was. I don't just add these flashy effects and overlays for no reason. It actually does something. It makes people think like, wow, that show looked crazy. Another thing that I like is in-camera transitions. It's not rocket science. You literally just move the camera in the same direction for both shots and then make a cut. Once again, this just maintains a more minimal, realistic style. Another thing that I built into my style is these fake camera flashes. I shoot in a lot of environments where there's almost always a photographer next to me, so it's not unusual for there to be a lot of camera flashes in my shots. I like to lean into this and create fake camera flashes. All I'm doing here is increasing the exposure and drawing a mask. Like, it's not rocket science, but it just adds so much energy and style to my shots. Another example is more realistic looking VFX. Here's a video I made years ago when I was in college. Now, my VFX isn't perfect, but the sky replacement generally looks more realistic than something like this. If I would have tried to do something like this instead of the more minimal, realistic style that I went with, it just totally would have missed because it wouldn't have stylistically matched the rest of my video. And I'm not saying that the fancy VFX and non-realistic stuff isn't cool, because that stuff is dope. I just don't really have a desire to spend thousands of hours trying to become a world-class VFX artist, you know? So also, a more realistic style is just way more timeless. When you lean into a lot of the trendy stuff and just, throw all these effects and transitions everywhere, it can be dope, but when you go watch that in a few years, you might be like, this kind of looks dated. This is Brother. They're a directing duo from Tokyo and New York. Their style is so over the top and not minimal or realistic at all, but their work is nuts because their style is so cohesive. Everything works together. The color grade matches the VFX, which matches the sound design, which complements the fonts they use, which matches the costume design. It's like everything is working in unison. These guys have so much stylistic clarity, it's insane. They know exactly what they want, and they know exactly how to make it happen by using elements that complement one another. So you might be thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually implement this? What I recommend you do is make a document and call it like stylistic stuff or something, and just build that out over time with techniques that you like. If you actually take the time to do this, you will be shocked at how your work levels up, because what you're doing is developing stylistic clarity. You're not just trying to find the next fancy transition or trendy thing. You're developing techniques that work together and complement each other. Guys, so I'm editing this video right now, and I can't even make this up. I was looking for some B-roll footage of Brother, and look what I found.
I think it's also really important for the effects to be intentional. Every effect that we use really has a reason.
Yeah, like Kyle's saying, a lot of it is really intentional. Even if it's like disjointed, it still feels cohesive,
Is that not like bar for bar what I've been saying? Being intentional and cohesive.
The effects to be intentional.
It still feels cohesive,
So if you don't believe me, just take it from these guys. Guys, I'm building a platform for internet video creators where you can work directly with me to become a savage internet video creator and make a ton of money as well. I'm talking good numbers like 10K, 20K a month. Guys, this is gonna be the best platform on the internet for video creators. Like, it's actually gonna be sick. So if you're serious about leveling up as a creator, editing, sound design, VFX, shooting, click the first link in the description to sign up for the waitlist. I'm only launching to a limited number of spots because I obviously can't help everyone. That would just be a mess. So first come, first serve. If you're not on the waitlist, you can't get in. And yeah, first link in the description. Unless you're on the same level as Brother and Chapo, if you use effects and transitions excessively, none of them stand out. It's like a girl who wears too much makeup. It's like, chill. When you use effects and transitions tastefully, you give them an opportunity to shine. And when you do it right, that's when you create the moment where people are like, check out this example from the GOAT, Gibson Hazard.
Okay, look, you wanna know about good news? I was tired of getting on my phone and just looking at all the bad news that was going on in the world.
The flashy effects and transitions of the newspaper are only dope because the rest of the scene is simple. This actually allows the flashy newspaper sequence to stand out. But what really makes this great is that it actually means something. The album was called Good News.
This album is called Good News.
It's not like they're just throwing around newspapers trying to be all trendy. It's like, no, it actually means something. And if you take this a step further, you really nail it when you don't even need a crazy effect at all. Let me show you another example from Gibson Hazard. This is from a Kanye and Drake show. For context, the entire video except for one scene is in black and white, which is kind of important, so keep that in mind. So the video starts with Kanye's performance, and then when it's time to bring in Drake, they cut to a scene outside of the venue. Drake hops out of the car and heads to the stage. At this moment, they introduce color for the first time. And I'm not sure if this is anything deep, but I think they do this simply to imply that a big moment is coming. The shot of Drake stepping on stage through the smoke is already so unbelievably hard, but dragging the saturation back down to return to the original black and white theme is just like the cherry on top. They literally just decreased the saturation. Like, they literally just took the slider and dragged the saturation down. Like, how groundbreaking of him. It's like, no, it's so simple, but it hits so hard because they did it at the right time. Also, in the concert world, usually when there's like a big moment or a big drop, we usually cut to like a massive fireworks shot or something with a ton of energy. They do the exact opposite. It's just Drake chilling, relaxed, walking on stage. He's not jumping around all over the place. It's the simplicity of this moment that makes it so great. And if you're thinking like, bro, like that's great, but I'm in a completely different niche, like this just won't work for me. Bro, that's cap. Just think about the principle of what we're talking about and translate it to your niche. Every video in existence just about ever has some sort of notable moment or climax. All I'm saying here is to use your effects and transitions wisely and maybe save them for a moment that actually deserves it. At the end of the day, you don't have to be a cracked editor or VFX artist just to make a dope internet video. Guys, the best platform on the internet for video creators is coming soon. It's gonna be insane. I'm super excited. You'll get to work directly with me and maybe even some of the industry leading internet video creators as well. So join the waitlist, first link in the description, and follow my Instagram at justin.james. And yeah, that's it. Peace.